Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody, favorite baby daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we in Kansas City, y'all. Now look, imagine you got a sister that you might have hit on drugs, right? But you stay in another state. You know she got kids, but she got an 18-year-old boy, and the girl, they didn't mention how old is the girl. This woman was on drugs so bad that she just gave the kids to somebody else. I guess she thinking they was gonna help. They did the child worse than she could have ever did, y'all. I'm talking about when I say they really did something to this boy. Listen to this, y'all.
My nephew was on the brink of death.
These two people are in jail tonight, charged with felony child abuse, and a 17-year-old's in a local hospital after nearly dying. His body is covered in bruises, cuts, scars, and his face is nearly unrecognizable. This is Fox 4 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Kevin Barrett.
And I'm Bria Love. That teenager now in the fight of his life. In a story you'll only see on Fox 4, his aunt is sharing the gripping details of how this teen was finally freed from what he had been put through. Fox 4's Malik Jackson live in the Jackson County Courthouse tonight, where these adults will soon face charges for abuse. Malik, this is so disturbing. We actually
They go upgrade that to attempted murder.
Kevin, doctors told the boys this is the worst case of child abuse they've ever seen. Police say that there's evidence that this teenage boy was tied up and beaten so badly that he's now on a ventilator. This family desperately praying that he pulls through. This as investigators say that one of the defendants admitted that the abuse had been going on for at least 6
months. They beat this boy.
If people were to see my nephew in person, you would have to be inhumane not to cry. And just viewing his body, it did not look like that of someone who's living.
James Griffin and Penny Woods now charged with abuse or neglect of a child, causing serious emotional or physical injury. These crimes said to have taken place at this Raytown home. In a probable cause statement obtained by Fox 4, investigators explain in great detail what this 17-year-old endured. He showed up to the hospital Friday, his body covered in cuts, bruises, and abrasions. One of his ears nearly swollen shut due to an infection. He was missing nearly all of his teeth. Doctors noticed the teen had an altered mental state. He was malnourished, was suffering from hypothermia, a fracture in his spine, second-degree burns to his forehead. Fluid had built up in his lungs. He showed signs that he had been tied up at some point, and his shoulder blades in such bad shape that doctors told police they had only seen that in high-trauma cases, such as a high-speed car crash.
And you look on the news and you see that happen to people outside in these other cities, and you're like, man, that wouldn't happen in Kansas City. I just think of these two criminals. They're disgusting, despicable people.
Now, to be clear, these two people are not these teens' parents. The reason that they took custody of him and his sister was because their mother was dealing with an addiction problem. Both Penny Woods and James will be back in court on June 12th for a bond review hearing. The prosecutor's office here in Jackson County says more charges are possible. As for this teenager, he is still in the hospital, but he's slowly turning the corner. Today, he spoke his first words since being in the hospital, and he will celebrate his 18th birthday next week. As for his sister, she's currently with Dee Porter, her aunt, and she is doing the very best that she can.
Malik, such a hard story to hear, so you can imagine how that...
Imagine that, bro. That's crazy, now. Now, this lady was on drugs, and I don't know who these two people were, maybe a friend of hers or whatever, but she let them have two of her kids. And then, like they say, I couldn't even show y'all them pictures anyway. I don't know, the news can do that shit because it's the news, but I can't get away with it, right? The boy was, malnutrition. They said they wasn't even feeding the boy. They was beating him. They had been tying him up. He looked like he might have was trying to get away or hollering or something, and that's why they was beating him. I ain't trying to make no excuse for him, but I'm just saying they was doing something to him. And they had, I don't know how the fuck he lost all his teeth. They had been beating him that bad. And they said, listen, if you ever been to the hospital and you seen how when the doctors think they see a bruise or something, they put them people in your life, now this is one, the doctors got it right. I'm telling you, they probably like, oh hell no, this boy's 17 and he don't look like he ate in years. I'm talking about, they say it was going on for 6 months. And boy, listen, they might probably go lock the mama up too for giving them kids. And then can you imagine the auntie when she went down there and she said, man, her nephew looked like he was dead. I seen the picture, I'm like, yeah, that's the one they said he had to blur out. You know, hit that like button, man, subscribe to the channel, man. Boy, G Trump, everybody, favorite baby daddy, voice of the street. I'm trying to shake back, man. I've been under the weather a little bit, but I'm coming back, man. I'm alright. Anyway, I went around corner yesterday, hollered at some of the little brothers I was go interview, right? I said, Mo, I need to demonstrate with yourself. He said, what I do? I said, Mo, I just want to talk to you. Oh, okay. See, then y'all used to me just pulling up like, he's like, what I do? Shit, I ain't did nothing, bro. You know? But anyway, let me know how y'all been doing, man. I've been up and down, up and down, up and down. But I'll be alright, man. My grandson been in and out all week. I had to keep my eye on him. He getting old enough to move around. And he's at that age where he in that shit. You know, he don't even have to be doing nothing wrong. But these kids don't realize when they playing on the internet, the little song you think ain't got but 200 fucking views, and you got somebody's name in it, bruh, you know, and that's all the kids want to do now is make themselves a target. I don't understand. When I was growing up, I tried my best not to get killed. It's like these guys going out their way to get killed, you know? Shit. I did a lot of shit, but I sure tried to make sure I wasn't the one getting it. You feel me? It's like you can't even get to them, y'all. You can't even get to them. You can talk to them. Now, trust me, they ain't gonna jump up and down and say they listening, but they listening. But guess what? You won't know they listening until some shit happen. And then you be like, oh, you remember when I told you don't do this and don't do that. You know. Anyway, I ain't gonna stay on here too long, y'all. I got some other things to do. It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody. Favorite daddy, voice of the street. I'm planting I dig you later. Come back tonight. I'm probably gonna go live tonight, y'all, because I'm behind on the free videos, so I'm gonna go live tonight. You feel me? I'm out.